Back in 1982, Cheers nearly vanished before it even had a chance to shine. With dismal ratings and the looming threat of cancellation after its first season, the show teetered on the edge of obscurity. But thanks to the undeniable talent and remarkable chemistry of its cast, it held on just long enough for the world to take notice. Over time, Cheers didn't just survive, it became a television legend. The beloved sitcom catapulted its stars to fame, racked up an impressive 28 Emmy Awards and 6 Golden Globes, and secured its place in pop culture history. Yet, behind the warmth and laughter that kept audiences coming back week after week, the real lives of the actors were often filled with struggles and heartbreak. The show's massive success thrust them into the spotlight, but with it came immense pressure, unexpected personal battles, and shocking scandals that reshaped their lives forever. Now, more than 40 years later, the stories of the Cheers cast are filled with dramatic twists, untold sorrows, and astonishing changes. What really became of them? How did their lives transform? And what hidden stories lie beneath their fame? Join us as we uncover the incredible journey of the stars who made Cheers unforgettable. Nicholas Colasanto, Coach. A sudden loss, an endless mourning. The Cheers cast not only faced the challenge of replacing actors, but also endured painful losses along the way. One of the most heartbreaking moments in the show's history was the sudden passing of Nicholas Colasanto, the beloved actor behind Ernie Coach Pantuso. His death was a crushing blow to the cast and crew, but it was the fans, who had grown to love Coach's warmth and innocence, who felt his absence most deeply. With his gentle heart, good-natured humor, and delightfully simple outlook on life, Coach had become an irreplaceable presence in the Cheers family. Colasanto had been part of Cheers since its very first season, a time when the show was still fighting to find its audience. Though he had enjoyed a long and respectable career in Hollywood, it was Cheers that made him a household name. As Coach, he was a retired baseball coach turned bartender, offering hilariously misguided advice and stumbling into endearing moments of confusion. His quirky charm and the way he played off the other characters made for some of the most heartwarming and comical scenes in the show's early years. Then, in February 1985, tragedy struck. At just 61 years old, Nicholas Colasanto suffered a fatal heart attack, leaving the entire Cheers family in shock. His passing occurred in the middle of the show's third season, forcing producers to make the difficult decision to write Coach out of the story. Though his physical presence was gone, his memory was never far from the show's heart. The writers ensured that Coach's spirit lived on through touching tributes woven into later episodes, allowing both the cast and the audience to continue cherishing his legacy. Even though Coach no longer graced the screen, his impact endured in every episode that followed. His name was often mentioned in conversations, keeping his presence alive at the bar, where he had once been a source of laughter and comfort. When Woody Boyd, played by a young Woody Harrelson, arrived as a fresh-faced bartender to take Coach's place, fans embraced him, yet the absence of Colasanto's gentle charm remained deeply felt. Though his time on Cheers was brief, Nicholas Colasanto left an imprint that would last forever. He had appeared in many films and television roles before Cheers, but nothing defined his career quite like Coach. His untimely death was not just a loss for the show, it was a moment of collective mourning for fans who had come to see him as family. Those who worked alongside Colasanto remembered him not just as a gifted actor, but as a kind-hearted, uplifting force on set. His passing served as a poignant reminder that while television roles may be recast, the warmth and joy brought by a truly special performer can never be replaced. Coach, and the man who so brilliantly brought him to life, will always hold a cherished place in the hearts of Cheers fans. Shelley Long, Diane Chambers, a departure that left many. Regretting not every Cheers star enjoyed the lasting success of Ted Danson. Shelley Long, whose charm and wit made Diane Chambers unforgettable, once seemed destined for a dazzling Hollywood career. Yet, behind the early triumphs, her journey was anything but smooth. Despite her talent, Shelley Long struggled to hold on to stardom, facing setbacks, questionable choices, and unexpected challenges along the way. At just 33, she had already won 2 Golden Globes and an Emmy for playing Diane, a character who was sharp, cultured, and delightfully complex. Long's portrayal left a lasting impression, making her one of television's brightest stars. But after 5 successful seasons, she shocked fans by leaving Cheers to pursue a film career. Though she later returned for the series finale and guest starred on Frasier, earning another Emmy nomination, her departure marked a turning point in her career. Sadly, her movie ambitions never fully materialized. While she starred in Irreconcilable Differences, 1984, and The Money Pit, 1986, with Tom Hanks, neither film recaptured the magic of Cheers. Even Troop Beverly Hills, 1989, though a cult favorite, failed to elevate her career. She later took on the role of Carol Brady in The Brady Bunch movie, 1995, and its sequel, which gained attention but didn't reignite her star power. As major film roles dwindled, Long shifted back to television, playing Dee Dee Pritchett on Modern Family. While the show became a massive hit, her role remained small, never matching the success she once enjoyed. Over time, her appearances became rare, and her career quietly faded. Many still wonder if leaving Cheers at the height of her fame was a misstep that forever altered her trajectory. Looking back, Shelley Long's career is a bittersweet tale of immense potential and missed opportunities. Though she may not have sustained the Hollywood career many expected, her legacy as Diane Chambers remains unshaken. Her story serves as a reminder that even the brightest stars can face unpredictable turns, where talent alone isn't always enough to secure lasting fame. Now 73, Shelley Long occasionally appears in television projects, but she has never reclaimed the iconic status she once held. Her rise and fall remain a poignant Hollywood story, leaving fans to wonder what might have been. Yet, despite the ups and downs, her brilliant performance in Cheers remains an enduring gift to television history. Kirstie Alley, Rebecca Howe, the dramatic replacement. When Shelley Long left Cheers, the challenge of filling her shoes fell to Kirstie Alley, who stepped in as Rebecca Howe, Sam's new love interest. But the transition was anything but easy. Fans were still attached to the unforgettable romance of Sam and Diane, making it difficult for them to embrace a new leading lady. Yet, Kirstie Alley's undeniable talent and charm brought fresh energy to the show, allowing Rebecca Howe to emerge as a unique and beloved character in her own right. At just 31, Alley made an immediate impact with her brilliant performance. Initially introduced as a strong, no-nonsense businesswoman managing Cheers, Rebecca's character gradually evolved, revealing layers of vulnerability and self-doubt, particularly in her romantic struggles. This transformation made her deeply relatable to audiences. Alley's portrayal not only won over viewers, but also earned her industry recognition, culminating in 2 major awards, a Golden Globe and an Emmy, solidifying her place in television history. After Cheers, Kirstie Alley carved out one of the most dynamic careers among the show's stars. She became a household name with the Look Who's Talking film series, where her comedic chemistry with John Travolta won over moviegoers. She also shined in the hit NBC sitcom Veronica's Closet and delivered a moving performance in the TV movie David's Mother. Never afraid to reinvent herself, she explored reality television with Kirstie Alley's Big Life, chronicling her weight loss journey. She later captivated audiences on Dancing with the Stars, seasons 12 and 15, and earned runner-up honors on the UK's Celebrity Big Brother. In 2022, she surprised fans by appearing on The Masked Singer, proving her fearless spirit until the very end. But not all of her career decisions were smooth. One of the most talked about moments was her absence from Frasier, the Cheers spinoff. Unlike many of her former castmates, Ally chose not to reprise her role, reportedly due to her personal beliefs regarding Scientology, the faith she followed. Many fans were disappointed, as Rebecca Howe's return could have been a nostalgic delight for longtime Cheers devotees. Beyond Hollywood, Kirstie Alley's personal life was equally eventful. She adopted 2 children with her second husband and later embraced the joys of becoming a grandmother. But just when it seemed she had found a new chapter of peace, tragedy struck. In December 2022, the world was stunned when her children announced her passing at 71, following a brief yet aggressive battle with cancer. Their heartfelt Instagram message left fans heartbroken, marking the end of an era for those who had adored her. Her loss was deeply felt not only by her family, but also by her Cheers co-stars, including Ted Danson, who paid tribute by saying, "I am so sad and so grateful for all the time she made me laugh. I will miss her forever." Though her life had its ups and downs, Kirstie Alley's legacy as Rebecca Howe remains untouchable, a true television icon whose humor, charisma, and unforgettable presence will forever be part of Cheers' storied history. Ted Danson. From TV icon to life's painful tribulations. Stepping into Hollywood with nothing but determination, Ted Danson never could have imagined that playing Sam Mayday Malone in Cheers would turn him into a television legend. Yet, along with the soaring heights of fame came intense scrutiny, personal battles, and a life far more complicated than the charming bartender he portrayed. His journey is a striking mix of immense triumph and deeply personal struggles that few could ever truly understand. At just 35 years old, Danson was a relatively unknown actor when he landed the role of Sam Malone. When Cheers premiered in 1982, it faced disappointing ratings and was nearly canceled after its first season. But thanks to Danson's charisma and an outstanding ensemble cast, the show became a massive hit, captivating audiences and securing its place in television history. As a former Boston Red Sox player turned bar owner battling alcoholism, Sam Malone became one of TV's most beloved and layered characters. The role earned Danson 2 Emmy Awards and 2 Golden Globes, launching him from obscurity to the very top of Hollywood. The overwhelming success of Cheers opened the door for Danson's transition into film, landing roles in 3 Men and a Baby, 1987, Saving Private Ryan, 1998, and hit TV series like CSI and Becker. But even as he basked in the glow of success, his personal life told a very different story. Behind the polished image of a television superstar lay a stormy personal life. His first marriage to producer Cassandra Coates, which brought him 2 daughters, ended in 1993 after a scandal that shook Hollywood. His brief but highly publicized relationship with Whoopi Goldberg during the filming of Made in America turned his private life into tabloid fodder. His divorce from Coates became one of the most expensive in Hollywood history, reportedly costing him a staggering $30 million. Though his career thrived, the scars of his past lingered. Danson's years of high-profile romances, wild parties, and the constant pressure of maintaining his superstar status took a heavy toll. The demands of fame and personal missteps painted a stark contrast to the smooth-talking Sam Malone fans had come to love. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, he found happiness with actress Mary Steenburgen, but the echoes of his past left wounds not easily healed. Now, at 75, Ted Danson remains a celebrated television figure, starring in acclaimed series like Fargo, Damages, The Good Place, and Mr. Mayor. But time and life's hardships have etched their marks on both his face and spirit. No longer the dashing bartender of Cheers, he is a man who has endured the weight of fame, battled health challenges, and at times wrestled with the solitude that can come with a life lived in the public eye. From the pinnacle of success to the depths of personal trials, Ted Danson's journey has been anything but smooth. While he remains committed to his craft, beyond the bright lights of Hollywood stands a man who has faced heartbreak, sacrifice, and the harsh realities of a life few truly understand. Norm Peterson, George Wendt, from unemployed accountant to bar legend. After Carla's razor-sharp wit, another familiar figure steps into the spotlight, this time with a beer in hand and an easygoing charm that made him a legend. But behind Norm Peterson's cheerful banter and well-timed jokes, his story wasn't always as lighthearted as his signature one-liners. Norm Peterson, the lovable, perpetually unemployed accountant with an unshakable devotion to his favorite bar stool, became a cornerstone of Cheers. With every entrance, he was greeted by a resounding "Norm" from the patrons, creating one of the show's most beloved running gags. Whether sharing wisdom over a cold one or dodging work with a well-placed joke, Norm's presence brought warmth and laughter to the bar. George Wendt, just 36 when he stepped into the role, was originally cast as a minor background character. But with his natural comedic timing and effortless charm, Norm quickly became a fan favorite. Alongside Sam and Carla, he was one of only 3 characters to appear in every single episode of Cheers. His portrayal earned Wendt 6 Emmy nominations, forever cementing Norm Peterson as one of television's most iconic barflies. But behind the scenes, Wendt's career wasn't as steady as Norm's never-ending beer tab. While he reprised his beloved role with a guest appearance on Frasier, his career after Cheers never quite reached the same heights. His attempt at leading his own sitcom, The George Wendt Show, ended after just a few months, a stark reminder of how unpredictable Hollywood can be. Despite his talent, Wendt struggled to find another role that resonated as deeply with audiences as Norm had. On the home front, however, Wendt found stability. He has been happily married to actress Bernadette Burkett since 1978, and together they have raised 3 children. Unlike many Hollywood stars, his life remained free of scandals or personal turmoil. But as the entertainment industry continued to shift, Wendt found it increasingly difficult to maintain his once prominent presence. While he continued to act in smaller roles across television and film, his career gradually entered a quieter phase. Now 74, Wendt no longer commands the same attention he once did, but he remains content, surrounded by family and occasional acting opportunities. Though he may not be in the spotlight as often, his legacy lives on in the heartwarming humor of Norm Peterson, a character who captured the spirit of friendship, laughter, and the simple joys of everyday life. While the brightest days of his career may have passed, George Wendt's portrayal of Norm remains an unforgettable part of television history. His time on Cheers left an indelible mark, proving that sometimes the most enduring characters aren't the heroes or villains, but the friendly face at the end of the bar, always ready with a joke and a drink in hand. Woody Harrelson, Woody Boyd, from small-town bartender to Hollywood legend. When Woody Harrelson stepped onto the Cheers set in its 4th season, few could have imagined the incredible journey that lay ahead for both the show and the young actor. At just 24 years old, Harrelson took on the role of Woody Boyd, a lovable, small-town bartender who had once been a pen pal of the late Coach. With his warm-hearted charm and effortless humor, he quickly won over audiences, helping to fill the void left by Nicholas Colasanto's passing. What started as a breakout role on a beloved sitcom soon became the foundation for a legendary Hollywood career. Harrelson's portrayal of Woody Boyd was nothing short of delightful. With his good-natured innocence and occasional comedic clumsiness, he became an instant fan favorite. His performance not only earned him an Emmy Award, but also cemented his place as one of the standout characters on Cheers. He even made history as the only Cheers cast member to appear in its spin-off, Frasier. But Harrelson had ambitions far beyond sitcom success, and before long, he was making his mark on the silver screen. Following Cheers, Harrelson proved himself to be a true chameleon in Hollywood, taking on a wide range of unforgettable roles. He made waves with early films like Indecent Proposal, 1993, and Natural Born Killers, 1994, showcasing his ability to handle complex, intense characters. His career continued to soar with standout performances in The People vs. Larry Flynt, 1996, The Messenger, 2009, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, 2017, roles that earned him 3 Academy Award nominations. With each performance, he demonstrated a remarkable depth and versatility that solidified his place among Hollywood's most respected actors. Off-screen, Harrelson built a life as rich and fulfilling as his career. In 2008, he married Laura Louie, his former assistant, and the two settled in Maui, Hawaii, where they raised their 3 daughters. Despite his busy schedule, he remains devoted to his family and passionate about environmental activism, using his platform to advocate for sustainability and social change. Television remained an important part of his journey as well. In 2014, he stunned audiences with his gripping performance in HBO's True Detective, starring alongside Matthew McConaughey. The crime drama received critical acclaim, proving once again that Harrelson could command the small screen just as effortlessly as the big one. His success in Hollywood only continued to grow, with starring roles in major franchises like The Hunger Games, Now You See Me, Solo, A Star Wars Story, and War for the Planet of the Apes. He even took on the villainous Cletus Cassidy in Venom, Let There Be Carnage, further showcasing his ability to tackle diverse roles. Now 61, Harrelson remains one of Hollywood's most in-demand actors, with an upcoming role in Project Artemis, starring alongside Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum. From his early days as a sitcom newcomer to becoming one of the most versatile stars in Hollywood, Woody Harrelson's career is a testament to perseverance, talent, and fearless creativity. His remarkable journey proves that with determination and passion, a small-town bartender can rise to global superstardom. And as he continues to take on new challenges and captivate audiences worldwide, one thing is certain: his story is far from over. Carla Tortelli, Rhea Perlman, the feisty mother of 8 and a life full of twists. Few characters in television history have been as unforgettable as Carla Tortelli. She wasn't just the pint-sized bartender of Cheers. She was a firecracker, a sharp-tongued, no-nonsense woman whose wit was as cutting as it was hilarious. With her razor-sharp comebacks, fearless honesty, and fiercely protective nature, Carla brought a unique energy to the show. Juggling the chaos of raising 8 children while navigating her share of rocky relationships, she was at the center of some of the series' most memorable moments. Thanks to Rhea Perlman's masterful portrayal, the role earned her 4 Emmy Awards and 7 Golden Globe nominations, cementing her place as a sitcom legend. But life after Cheers wasn't always smooth sailing for Perlman. While Carla Tortelli made her a household name, sustaining that level of success proved challenging. After Cheers ended, she took on several roles, including a standout performance in Matilda, 1996, where she played the hilariously dreadful mother of the young prodigy. Yet, despite her comedic brilliance, her later projects often failed to generate the same buzz, leaving her more associated with smaller, less celebrated roles. Perlman's personal life also saw its share of ups and downs. She and Danny DeVito were one of Hollywood's most beloved couples, sharing a marriage that lasted an impressive 35 years. But in 2017, their relationship came to an amicable end, marking a major turning point in her life. Though they remained close, the separation was undeniably difficult, bringing with it the emotional challenges of adjusting to a life without the partnership that had been a constant for decades. As both her career and personal life evolved, Perlman faced the realities of change. She continued working in the industry, appearing in projects like 13 the Musical, 2022, and Netflix's You People, while also lending her voice to Sid in Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Yet, the days of being a television powerhouse were behind her, and navigating Hollywood at 74 brought its own set of challenges. Like many veteran actors, she found herself in an industry that often favors the next big thing over the familiar faces audiences once adored. Still, Perlman's impact on television remains undeniable. While her later career may not have mirrored the success of her Cheers years, she will forever be remembered for bringing Carla Tortelli to life, a character who was equal parts tough, hilarious, and endearing. Off-screen, she has weathered the highs and lows of fame with grace, proving that resilience and authenticity matter just as much as success. Though the brightest chapter of her career may be behind her, Rhea Perlman's legacy is secure. Carla Tortelli remains one of the most iconic characters in sitcom history, ensuring Perlman's place in television's Hall of Fame. Her journey is a powerful reminder that while the spotlight may fade, the laughter and joy she brought to audiences will never be forgotten. More than 40 years later, Cheers still holds a special place in our hearts. From its iconic theme song to the unforgettable characters, the show is more than pop culture. It's a timeless celebration of friendship, perseverance, and overcoming life's challenges. These characters remind us of the importance of connection, finding humor in our flaws, and sharing meaningful moments through life's ups and downs. Do their journeys resonate with you? Or maybe you have your own story of growth. Share with us in the comments below. Thanks for reading, and see you next time.